Good morning, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Realty Connects Long Island on the Daily Blu. I am your special guest host, Brittany from the Daily Blu, and I'm sitting here with John, and unfortunately, Mike could not make it. He got stuck in some traffic.
Michael just called, said he's stuck in traffic.
So he left us hanging.
But he will be here eventually.
And the show must go on.
And the show must go on. So we're going to get through this. But before we get started, tell me about your holidays. You all done holiday shopping? And
I have been shopping for 3 months for Christmas and myself.
You got to have a little
I know,
something
right? I got
for
myself
yourself.
a few Christmas gifts, but I'm basically all done.
Do you buy the gifts for someone to give to you and say, you don't have to worry, I got this, you can
No,
give it to me? You
I
just
wrap
take
them
it
from
and done.
Santa to myself.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to write
And
that
then
down.
everyone gets really
I'm gonna do that.
surprised because
Yeah.
they're like, who got this?
Santa. That's a very nice idea. Yeah.
How about you? Are you done? You
Not
ready?
even close. Not even close. My wife does most of the shopping, but I still have to pick up a little something for each one of my daughters. My daughters are in their 20s now, and then some gifts for my wife, of course. So
They're hard to buy for, I'm sure.
Very.
20-year-old girls.
Very.
We're very picky.
Oh my God. My oldest daughter works for Donna Karan in the fashion industry, so you can't buy her anything as far as clothes go, because I could never pick that out. And the younger one is more of an athlete, so it's interesting to try and do
there
that.
you go.
Yeah.
Two opposites, huh?
Yeah. So, but I haven't done a thing. A little bit.
All
So,
right. You
plenty
cooking?
of time. What do we have? 4 days left?
No, that's not plenty of time.
No?
That's not enough time.
Generally, I would go out on Christmas Eve and try and finish it off.
That's
yeah.
a typical man thing to do.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yes. And we're good at
That's
it.
what my dad does.
We're good at it. So.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of things to talk about today. We have some great things to talk about for first-time home buyers.
Like myself.
So exactly, we're going to get you in a house eventually.
Woo.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of grants out there, a lot of money out there for people that they can take advantage of if they're interested in purchasing a home, first-time home buyer. We're going to go over some of that, some of the things that are offered by the towns
Okay.
and the state government for assistance to buy a house. I found it interesting though. I was reading through Newsday today. This is today's Newsday.
Okay.
And on the second page, it's on the fifth page. It has a headline that says, Long Island November job growth, the strongest of 2013. Talks about adding 31,700 jobs to the job market, which is fantastic.
That's great.
It's great. And then I read in the back in the business section, where would that be? It's right over here, that it said weekly job claims rise, jobless claims rise, and it said that the number of people seeking employment benefits rose 10,000. So it does get a bit confusing to read the paper, and that's one of the things that happens not only in this sector but also in the real estate business. People are constantly reading a headline: rates went up, rates went down, the market's good, the market's not good. So it's always great to go to a professional, get the real information, make sure that you get a consultation with a professional mortgage person and with a professional real estate person so that you can get the right advice and the right information.
Good to know.
We do know that the shows we talked about early on, in the beginning of the year, when we talked about rates going up, that's finally started to happen. What the federal government has said that they're not going to buy. They're going to start to wind down their purchase of bonds, which is what controls the interest rates to some extent, and they are cutting back from $85 billion a month to $75 billion a month, which is a $10 billion cutback.
That's big.
It's big, and it will. The rates have started to change just a little bit. So that's another reason, if you're a first-time home buyer, you want to be out looking right now to get your house.
Do you think they're going to go up fast?
I don't know how
Continuously?
fast they will go up, but I do believe they will go up.
Okay.
So by mid-year to the third quarter, I think they could be close to 5.2.
So buy now.
Buy now
Buy now.
and sell now.
Sell
Because
now.
as rates go up, prices generally go
It's true.
down or level off, to say the least. So
All right.
there's a direct correlation between the two. So,
Okay.
and while we're at it, just in case you need more information about that, you can
Email realtyconnectsli@gmail.com or call in live and we'll answer your questions at 516-702-5406.
Okay, so let's get into a little bit about the grants, if we can.
Right.
what's going on out there.
Seems like there's a lot.
There is a lot, and there's a lot of money available, and some of these were last year's grant, and we don't know what's gonna happen for January,
Okay.
so you may not be able to apply for something right now. Or you can go down and make an application, but we're not sure what the amounts will be. But these are some of the
Okay.
programs that are out there. This is one where there's a $12,000 to eligible applicants for down payments for owner-occupied single-family residents, and that's through Suffolk County. So
Okay.
that's something, and we're not gonna go into detail here, but if you go on to Google, or you can jot down the websites that are gonna be on the screen as we talk about these, and check out yourself what you fit in, what works for you, and what's available for you as a first-time home buyer. But the programs are phenomenal.
Seems like there's something for everybody.
There are a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Ton. Yeah. Here's one that's up to $14,000 towards a down payment
Wow. That's
for a
even
first-time home buyer, and you do have to go to some classes and attend some counseling, but it's a fabulous grant to take advantage of. So that's, again, just go to Suffolk County NewYork.gov and get the information. And what's going to happen in January, we're not 100% sure. They may go up, they may change a
So
little bit.
that'd be something for someone like me who would be a first-time home buyer to look into? Perfect. I told you,
Yes.
you're gonna have me buying a house by the end of this show.
There you go. There you go. So you're ready to buy,
I
right?
know, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Just gotta find the right one.
Okay. So I know you talked about renting. We got to stop.
I know, we gotta stop doing
It's
that.
not good.
I know.
Renting is only good if you own a property and you're renting it to someone else.
That's true. I
That's
don't wanna
right.
throw my money around and put it into something that I can use forever.
It sounds good. You'll build equity and you'll have a great life because of it.
There we go. What's this one? First time down payment assistance program.
This is up to $15,000 that you can get towards your down payment of your closing costs. And this is, I believe this one's for New York City and not out here on the island, but if you're buying something up to a 1 to 4 family condo co-op in the boroughs, you could get up to $15,000. And this money is free. You're not going to have to pay it back.
That was my question. I was going to just ask you if you had to pay it back, and I thought it was a silly question, but.
No, it's a good question. It really is. And a lot of people
Wow.
sometimes shy away from things. But when you get these grants, there are some, sometimes you'll have to live in the house for a certain period of time.
Oh, okay, so there's
and
requirements.
things like that. But
Okay.
the money does not get paid back. For instance, I don't know if the next slide is yeah, this is a good one. First-time home buyer program to help with the down payment and closing costs, and offer a $4 match to every dollar the buyers save, and that's up to $7,500.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to match you dollar for dollar up to that amount of money.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So that's fantastic, and it's free money. It's out
Sitting
there
there.
to take advantage of. Here's another great one, and this is a loan of up to 3% for $15,000. And it is a loan, but there's no monthly payment. And the debt buys itself down by length of time that you stay in the house. And after 10 years, the debt's gone.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have to pay it back. And if you've been in the house for 10 years, the $15,000 is paid off completely. And you never wrote a check. And that's Sony May, which is a fabulous. Also, Sony May has a wonderful program for first-time home buyers with a low interest rate too. So if you qualify for that.
This is really interesting. I didn't know that any of these programs were out here.
Yeah.
So it's good
That's
to know.
the thing. It's like you're doing that research
Right.
and you find out. And even if you save, I mean, if you're buying a house for $200,000 and you can save $14,000 or $15,000, that's fantastic.
It's a big chunk.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It is. This is one with the town of Islip, and this is really what happens with the town of Islip buys houses or subsidizes construction on houses, and then sets a lottery for people who are interested in purchasing those houses, and you enter your name into the lottery, and as long as you qualify by the guidelines that they have for that lottery, then you have an opportunity to get those houses. And if your name is picked, of course, you have to go out and get a mortgage and put the money down. But generally, the houses are substantially below market value, and they've already been remodeled. They have new carpet and new paint and new kitchens and things like that.
And this is only for the town of Islip?
Town of Islip has this program going, but other towns have other programs that are similar to that. Yeah.
And now I'm wondering, is there a certain amount of people that could that meet these requirements? Like, is there?
Yeah, as many people as meet the requirements can put their name into the
Okay.
lottery and actually have the opportunity to get picked for one of those houses. And you would definitely save a substantial amount of money in your first home
Oh, definitely.
by doing that, and get a home
Yeah.
that's in move-in condition,
Yeah, I
which is
had no
fantastic.
idea. That's really cool. Because you sit there and you get really stressed out as a first-time home buyer thinking, how am I ever going to save all this money? But knowing that there's programs out there that will give you at least a third almost of your down payment, some of them,
It's fabulous.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
look who decided
Look
to
who
show
it is.
up.
It's Michael
I
Arbolino.
couldn't miss your
It's
debut.
Michael Arbolino.
How are you?
I'm good. So Mike
She's
decided
been doing
to show up.
fantastic.
Yes, looks great.
Fantastic.
She makes you look young.
Wow, I could use that. Look, we have Daily Blue cups.
Wow.
Special
Because
treat.
we're on the Daily Blue.
Cheers.
So,
Cheers.
happy holidays.
Cool.
Happy holidays.
Yours is straight vodka on there.
Mm. Good news.
So, we were just going over grants. We read the news, which is usually great. You know, page 5 has job growth is the strongest ever. And
Did you get into the details?
in the back it says weekly unemployment rises higher than
I
ever.
saw that.
Just
So-
interpretation of the
Yes.
paper. we were talking
When are
about.
they gonna call you and get the real information?
I don't know. I don't know. I
You
don't
gotta get
understand.
them talking to us.
Gotta get Realty Connect in there.
So we were talking, ask him, did you finish his holiday shopping?
So did you finish your holiday shopping? Or are you a last minute buyer like the rest of
Good
the men
thing.
in my life?
The good thing is my wife is at work right now, so I can say the truth. I haven't did anything yet.
See?
See, last minute.
Perfect.
Are you a Christmas Eve shopper?
Yeah, I love it, Christmas Eve. I walk in and I say to whoever's behind the counter, help.
Yeah.
And my wife gets the greatest things. I only have
Really?
to shop for one person, everything else is taken care
Do
of.
they have better deals on Christmas Eve?
No.
No, you pay more.
really.
We always pay. Oh my God.
See, men who are
No
listening.
coupons,
shop,
no
shop
sales.
in advance.
No, I
None
don't
of us
care how
will.
much it is. I'll take it. I need it. That's how you
It's
shop
funny,
on
it's like
Christmas Eve.
Valentine's
Horrible.
Day, where everyone, all the men rush in at the last second,
Yeah, did you ever go to a florist on Valentine's Day
They
on
just-
the way home like 5 o'clock?
and they kill you.
4:30, 5 o'clock when you're on your way home? You know, one rose, $11,
No, I don't know. I don't
$20.
have to buy
I'll take it.
flowers.
Yeah, I'll have it. Yeah.
I receive them, I don't give them.
Yeah. Well, that's good for you.
I like the tune.
It's the truth.
She
We're all
also
about
bought-
honesty here.
She bought a, what was the gift you bought to go to Canada?
Well, no, it's not
Oh,
a gift
it's not a
anymore.
gift, I'm sorry.
What is
I
it?
really hope you're not watching.
What is it? What
I
is
just
it?
blew
What
a
is it?
surprise. Okay, never mind.
It was a
Never mind,
vacation
don't say
somewhere.
it. Yeah, yeah.
He
Somewhere.
knows it's a vacation. It's a vacation somewhere.
Nice, nice, she's turning all red.
Oh, because I blew the surprise. I'm
He
like,
blew the surprise.
On
Christmas
camera.
ruins. John ruins Christmas.
Brandon, you're gonna have to edit this out.
well done. All right.
So
All
we gotta
right,
get to
so-
this-
We've been doing grants
We've been
already,
doing
so now
grants.
it's much more fun blowing Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, I can
I'm
take
having a
my
much better
Christmas,
time of
yeah.
doing that.
All right, so let's go back to talking
All
about
right, back
grants
to
and
the
inform
grants,
some of
here
our
we go.
viewers. What's next?
Well, Long Island Home Ownership Program, that's offers up to $25,000 for eligible first-time home buyers to help with down payments, closing costs, and rehabilitation costs, okay? And again, you must attend an orientation and get the education about purchasing the house, but it's a substantial amount of money, up to $25,000 that could be
Oh, yeah.
available, yeah.
And
So
a question though, Joan, because this is really something you're a little more familiar with than many of us. How do you do that? Because it seems like there's so much paperwork and there's so many questions. And how do you get through that so that is there any way to streamline it, or does it take a while?
If I were somebody who had to fill that out, I would call a Realty Connect agent and say, help.
Seriously?
I mean
Okay.
that. I mean it
Okay.
100%. I would get an agent that could help me with that.
I wasn't
that's
setting
familiar
up
with
for
the
that,
process.
but I really mean that.
And because why would you want to go through that? You just want to
Yeah.
get it done correctly.
Okay.
Let your agent help you and make sure that you didn't put in a grant that's going to be denied, or put in for a lottery on a house that you're not going to get picked because you're
Mhm,
at the wrong
mhm.
income levels. So.
Right, you go through this whole
Yeah.
step and then you find out your income's either too high or something.
Right, and if you miss this year's lottery or this year's grant, you're waiting till next year to have an opportunity to apply again, so. I
So
would
you
definitely
guys
be
will
sure.
help figure out which loan's best for
Yes.
potential
Well,
buyers.
an agent from Realty Connect who's familiar with this process would definitely be willing to help anyone,
Great.
without a doubt, yeah.
Okay.
So that's important.
Seems
let's
like
see
a
what
lot
else
of them
we
are
got.
geared for first-time home buyers. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is, yes, first-time home
So
buyers
that-
is what
that
this
was
is
a
all
yes?
about.
He kind of
Yeah.
hesitated,
Yeah.
that was the answer.
No, it is. It's
Okay.
geared towards first time
So,
homebuyers.
like,
Oh, unless the
you can
lottery,
do it.
like the grants,
know.
some of the lotteries aren't, yeah. This is a program that where New York State actually gives money to organizations, non-for-profit, to build houses so that they can sell these houses at a more affordable price to first-time home buyers. So
So
that's
the
another one.
nonprofit buys it, rehabs it,
And sells it for no profit to
to
somebody.
someone that needs it.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
Is
in
there
order
any,
to find out how to do that, you just go to the website and download the information, and if you get confused or need help, then you would call a Realty Connects.
and there's a period of time on some of them that they need to
Yes.
continue to own them?
Oh, well, yeah, we went over some of those. Some you
Okay,
have to
okay,
stay in the
okay.
house for 10 years,
Okay,
5 years,
yeah,
2 years,
okay.
you know.
And they
it all
can enjoy the
depends.
profit clear?
Yeah. Once they've been in the house for 10 years or
It's
5
their
years, whatever the
profit.
program is, then their loan is paid off and then they can move on.
And they must live in it.
I mean, HUD has a program for teachers and police officers. It's called the Officer Next Door, the Teacher Next Door program. You can actually buy a HUD house for half price. If you are a teacher or a police officer and you stay in that house, I believe it's between 5 and 7 years, then you can buy the house for half price from HUD. And then if you've been in the house for 7 years, you can resell it and not worry, the profit is all yours.
Do you have to be living within a certain area to do that? And teaching in a certain area? Is it the same?
Good question.
Well, if you're on the police department, you
Mhm.
would probably, it
In,
would
like-
be in the
Okay.
county probably, or the area that
Okay, that you're
house is
working in.
and teaching in the schools in that
Gotcha.
district, I'm sure.
And the
Okay.
title and the deed and everything has to be in that person's name.
Correct, and if you sell it sooner than the program, then you have
To
to
share in the sale.
pay back the
Pay it
the
back.
monies, yeah.
Okay,
You can't
okay.
reap the profit. So it's not, what they want to do is stop somebody from taking advantage of the program or
Right.
investing in properties and just.
It's really for
trying to
people
grow
that
the
need it.
profit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does work. I did sell a house many, many years ago before I was.
You're not a teacher.
In ownership, a building use company. I sold the house to a Suffolk County police officer, and actually, they got the house for $62,000.
Wow.
It was $125,000.
Now you're really getting their attention.
I know. Is this an intervention? Is that why you brought me here?
Every time we're on the show, we tell the two of you, buy a house.
So, what else
What
we
we
got out
got?
there? Really, that's just a small sampling of some of the grants that are out there and some of the programs that are out there. But you should go to Google it, go to each individual town, go to NewYorkState.gov and find out what you can get from that. But there's many opportunities out there. But the only way to find out what they are is to go do the research and see what applies and what fits to you.
Okay, do we have a little time before we go to something? Can I just like
You
jump
do
into
whatever you
something
want.
else and ask you a couple of questions? Sure.
Me?
Yeah, because I'm
Mhm.
thinking from the first time buyers, with what the government said the other day, did you cover this morning?
Yeah, that they're not buying the bonds
Yeah,
at the
what is
rate they were
that? All
buying
right, so
it.
now, do me a favor and explain that in the simplest terms so that a
So for a first-time home buyer,
yes.
rates are going up, you're gonna pay more for your house. How's
And
that?
how quickly should you react?
I would say the rates are gonna go up between mid-year and the third quarter.
So sometime by like May, June, the rates are gonna be.
I would have
high.
already been in contract in the first 3 months of the year.
Okay, so.
January,
so-
February, March, I would
No,
wanna
no,
be in
no
contract.
joke, more so than ever, every other, show we've been on. The next 90 days to 120 days is a
Crucial,
moment.
critical buying time. And
Now,
we,
that's a serious, that's
we
serious.
said that this was gonna
Good thing.
happen, and it is finally happening.
We said it's gonna happen, they say it's not gonna happen, then they say it's gonna happen on the other side of the paper, and it's really gonna happen.
It's happened already.
It's happening.
They rolled
Yes.
back $10 billion a month worth of purchase on bonds already. So the rates did already tick up a tiny little bit already as a reaction to that. The stock market had a little,
Flurry.
flurry going on, but today I'm not sure. I think
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be a
going
payback.
back the other
It's
way.
gonna be a
That's what I
payback.
heard this morning, it was starting to go back the other
A
way.
little bit. And real estate prices, if you're a seller, we talk about home buyers, but if you're a seller and the rates go up, that means the buyer can afford less house. That means generally the prices will level off and not continue to go up even at the slightest increases that they've been having.
And let's talk about supply and demand. Where do you think it's gonna be in the first 120 days?
Bit of a shortage of supply,
Which means,
which means that there's going to be more demand for the houses, which is the best time for a seller but not the best time for a buyer. So you have to be guided by a professional. It's not a time to try and make a purchase on your own. I would get the best real estate agent I could find who did the best amount of research for me, so they provided me with all the details, all the information I needed, so that when I went in to make that buying decision, I was well educated on how to do it and how much I should spend on my new property. But the price should not be the biggest concern. The monthly
about that.
payment is the concern. Because if you negotiate price and keep negotiating price and you knock $10,000 off the price, but the rates go up 1%, you're gonna pay $30,000 or $40,000 more for the house just by the rate
So
going up.
if you're going as tight as you can now, it's gonna pay you back later. And now more than ever, this is the moment. What we've been saying and saying and saying,
Yeah, it's
2014, it's really happening.
Yeah, and you can't lose because the market will continue to go up, maybe not at some
Nice,
tremendous
modest.
amount, but whatever you own, you're going to make money on. You know, my dad always said that you should never sell a good piece of real estate, only sell a bad piece of real estate, and then he said, and there are no bad pieces of real estate.
Right.
So
Right.
it's always
To be
been the
honest,
best
I don't really get that
investment.
saying.
In other words, buy, you
Never sell it.
when you buy real estate.
It never
if you
goes
sell-
bad.
If you don't
Okay.
It
sell
never
it,
It's
goes bad.
always
It
good.
always makes money.
Always
in the
good to
long run,
have.
it's always gonna be good.
It always
That's
makes
true.
money.
That's what you guys always tell us.
Yeah.
So before we move on to our listings, we just want to remind you that if you have a question, you could email an agent at Realty Connects at realtyconnectsli@gmail.com or call in now. We'll answer all of your questions. Our number is 516-702-5406.
Okay.
Now let's go to those listings.
All right.
What do we got?
Oh, Bay Road in Brookhaven. This is a beautiful mother-daughter possibility with the proper permits in place. It's on 3/4 of an acre. A great house, 2-car
339.
attached.
Big.
Yeah, great
Bedrooms.
house. Look at the size of that house.
Oh, a
That's a
fireplace
big
too.
It's a great looking house, huh?
Full basement, 2-car garage,
Yeah, that's
5 bedrooms.
there's a golden opportunity for somebody who's a smart buyer to jump on that great house. Yeah.
Oh, there's a condo.
Birchwood Road in Quorum. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Bretton Woods, great area.
Pets allowed.
Beautiful. Yeah,
That's
pets allowed. It has
Granite countertops.
beautiful,
Wow,
beautiful
beautiful.
kitchen in this.
Updated.
Ooh, I like those counters.
It's got a bowling alley.
What?
Well, not in the house.
Ooh, and a
There's a
tennis court.
clubhouse.
I mean, it's a big condo.
Yeah, there,
New
there's
bathrooms? Wow.
tennis courts, gym,
Right.
everything, yeah. Yeah,
It's called the
Nice.
Lamont model. Okay, there's one on 344 Mount Sinai, Quorum Road, Mount Sinai for 254,509. Oh my gosh, that's a great price.
Wow, it's really good. And
you
it's
get a
on
good
brick.
idea that that house is taken care of when it's manicured outside, the landscaping, I'm sure the
It's a big
interior is
yard.
taken care of too, so that's a great buy.
Nice brick facade.
254,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
Oh, and it's right near the ferry.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Good for transportation
Taxes
and
on
beaches.
Fire
Wow.
Island, you know?
Love
That's,
Fire Island.
Gotta go to Fire Island.
Gotta
So you gotta go look at that one.
Look at that yard.
This is- oh, wow. That's a huge yard.
It's got its own park.
Only 254.
All right, John.
East Northport. Betty Davenport has this with Kerry. Amazing. This is a great house.
Open floor plan.
New roof, updated
Hardwood
appliances.
floors.
It's so
Yeah.
charming. I love it.
Yeah, this is a super house. Look inside. Oh,
Oh,
look at
wow.
those hardwood floors. That's just a
Beautiful
great house.
floors.
Yeah,
What else we got?
and that's in Northport.
New
Beautiful
windows.
area. $499.
Good house.
Fireplace, large closets. There we
Nice
go.
patio.
That's what
There
I
you
look
go.
for.
Large closet. Got a
Large
place
sold.
to store those clothes. Yeah.
What do
This
we
one,
have here?
Smithtown. That's where we work. Well, that's where I work.
This is Mike Devaney's house. All right.
6 Lehigh Drive in
It's a ranch.
Smithtown. In East Hills in Smithtown.
Beautiful pillars in the front. Nice
And
fireplace.
they will do a rent option with this.
Oh,
so you
wow.
can rent it. Now there's something to think about.
That's what I had questions about.
You
Actually,
rent
is it
that.
rent to own?
It's rent with an option to buy. You can
Maybe you
probably
can
after a
negotiate.
year you can
Wow.
execute
maybe
the option
you
to
try-
purchase. and-
Yeah, you try to negotiate the price. You
Right.
go to contract, you rent it for the period of time, and then you close as soon as you have enough money or at the end of the lease. That's a
That's a
good
good
Rent
idea.
idea.
option
That's
is
a good
fabulous
option.
idea.
I like that
Are you
one.
writing these down?
Well, the staff behind the camera is writing them down for me.
There you go, yes.
Port Jefferson, $4.99. Beautiful tree in the front yard. Look at that.
Yeah, this is another one that'll
like
do
that
it the
one.
same way.
Hardwood floors,
They'll
fireplaces.
do a rent option also.
They'll do a
Oh,
rent
really?
option also,
Wow, look
yes.
at
Wow.
that, see?
Oh my gosh, look at that island.
That has a huge lower
It's a
level.
beautiful kitchen.
And
Oh, I like the skylight right in the kitchen too. It's
and it's
beautiful.
vacant waiting for you. It's all ready to go.
It's cute. Is that a living room and it's island?
Fireplace.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's a
Hmm.
big open floor.
Look at that
plan.
patio, that's nice.
That's a
Oh,
screen.
wow.
That's a 3-season porch.
What do they call it?
Structural.
That's a Florida lanai. That's a
There you
It's-
go.
It's near everything too.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
Nice.
house,
Oh my gosh.
$975.
Ooh.
This is just a beautiful
That's
custom
gorgeous.
house on a cul-de-sac. Everything top of the line, stainless steel appliances, granite.
Pool,
Beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
in-ground
house, yeah.
pool, built-in barbecue.
Crown moldings all around.
Buildings are beautiful.
Yeah, well done. And
Pantry
big
too.
patio out back.
$975.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Looks
nice.
great. Even in the snow.
Nice brickwork out there.
Very pretty.
So that's just some of the listings that we have here at Realty Connect. We have thousands of listings, so that if you didn't see something on this screen that you may have an interest in, just give us a call. We'll get someone to take care of you and give you an idea of all the other properties that are available.
Are we on next week or are we skipping a week?
We're shooting on Christmas Day, I think. No.
Really? You're shooting alone?
No, we're not. All right. Thank you guys for watching Realty Connects Long Island on the Daily Blue, and we will see you, in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Thanks for tuning in.